in this video, I'm going to share with you what your greatest love is and how to find it. So if this sounds like something you have been trying to do, you're going to want to watch this video all the way to the end. That way you can find your greatest love. One thing we are all looking for is love, and not just any love, the greatest love. So greatest love, what does that mean? It sounds like a romantic fairy tale. You're just whisked away by this wonderful person who comes in and saves your day. I've been waiting my entire life for you to come by and save me, my greatest love. But that's not where it's at. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is DannieRae. Let's roll on to the video. So like I stated, this video is all about love. Love, 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 love. But not the way that you might think. What we are going to talk about today is how to find your greatest love. And I'm going to tell you a secret right now. It's you. You are your greatest love. Now, how did I figure that out? Well, I was sitting at my desk today and had a realization that throughout the years of trials and errors, of setbacks and difficult romantic relationships that made me feel like a pile of shit, I've been looking for this good love, right? Throughout all of these other people, parents, friends, romantic interests, I've been looking for this love. And my brain said, you know what? It's you. And I was like, whoa, 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 hold on a minute there, bud. What do you mean it's me? Okay. What do you mean? We mean that you are the love you've been looking for. And I was like, whoa. I was thrown back and I was like, what? I'm the love? And they were like, yeah, you are the love. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm the love. I'm the love I've been looking for. But yeah, I'm my greatest love. And guess what? You are your greatest love. Your neighbor is their greatest love. And your children, they are their greatest love. Why does it take us so long to figure this out? Some people may realize it a lot earlier than others. Some people may take a lot longer than others. Just, you know what, I gotta call myself out too. Gots to keep it real, guys. So I was thinking to myself, okay, if I am my greatest love, what do I do now? And I was like, you know what, I really do love myself now. And the fact that I love myself now has powered all of this change within me. And I don't mean like I just learned how to love myself. I learned it, a couple years ago after back-to-back trauma. Like, no joke, I thought I was losing my mind. And I was losing the mindset that I had. I don't love me. Everybody else needs to love me for me to feel love. And what I was gaining was me. So let's take a look back. In childhood, how we learn to love ourselves is based off of the people surrounding us. It is based upon our connections, peers, family. If we grew up with I'm going to put it as a low vibrational belief system, those people in our lives, the ones who were supposed to give us that growth and warmth and love and teach us how valuable we really truly are, when they don't provide that for us, we start to believe that we are unlovable. Since our subconscious is so powerful. You ever seen that like picture of like the iceberg and it's like, this is our operating, this is everything else. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what's going on in here. So we're basically operating with that little baby space. And then the rest of it is everything we didn't think we picked up that shapes us. And that actually translates into all of our relationships, all of our life patterns, how we view others. And that also shows up in how we view ourselves and present ourselves in the world. So that is our red carpet. And if we trace back our red carpet, we can find out where all of these little pinpoints are and realize those patterns if they're still present in our lives until we make that choice to say up until now and we change it. What I have found through myself and, a lot of people I've encountered, we end up searching for that love in external sources. So this can show up as validation, like putting yourself out on the internet in explicit means. Then there's also people pleasing by trying to show up for people, kind of like the emotional Cinderella video that I did. Narcissists. Can't tell you how many of those have been popped in my life like freaking candies out of a freaking Pez dispenser at Christmas. But the narcissistic and empathic or codependent relationships, we find those people who we have to like try to fight to get validation from. And it ends up repeating that pattern of old belief system that was instilled within us that we are not worthy. We don't deserve love. And you have to fight for it. That's not healthy. This can also show up as substance use. And as somebody who struggled with substance abuse, particularly alcohol, I am in recovery. I will straight up call myself out on this in order to show you guys that I am serious about this stuff, that I really have gone through this and experienced it. It's been a journey. But it's been a journey to learn these things so that way I can be who I am now and show up for you and hopefully provide you with information to break yourself free from this. So coming across any or all of these situations, like the people pleasing, like in the emotional Cinderella, the narcissistic relationships, the substance, going out of your way to find the external validation, that's all trauma based. And it's you trying to find something, you, the viewer, you little beautiful little viewer, you deserve to have. And the best part is you already have it within you. And we tend to forget that. We tend to forget that it's already within ourselves. If you are not aware that your greatest love is you, you're going to continue this pattern of validation from external sources. And they are going to show up in variations, different people, different situations, until you get the point. At some point, you're going to start to question yourself, like, what is wrong with me? How come nobody loves me? How come nobody's showing up? When you reach that point, which we've all done, it always hurts. You ruminate. You're like, why can't I just find this thing? Why is it so hard? Like, you feel like you're being punished from the universe, but you're really not. It's trying to show you doing the same pattern of looking outside of yourself for these temporary people, these temporary things. But the only thing that ever really truly remains is you. You are with you more than anybody else in the world ever will be. So if you are with you all this time, 24/7, you're going to see if you can't be there for you, if you can't love yourself, you're not going to be able to find it anywhere else. It's not going to happen on the level in which you need it to happen. You might be in a grateful relationship with somebody who's really healthy. That is beautiful, but you have to remember that is with another person. That person is temporary too. Like, and that person can decide to leave. They can pass on from this experience. And then where are you? There's a void. There's a hole. Not to say that if you fully love yourself, you're not going to feel a void or a hole. You're going to feel it either way. But for the people like you don't love yourself, when those people walk away, it hurts so badly, because not only do you not have your own self-love, you've also lost the source that you were so highly dependent on to provide you with external validation. So at some point in time, along your own path, your own journey, as we like to put it, you're going to be faced with all these situations that are pointing you back to you, to find the greatest love you can ever get, which is your love for yourself. That is something nobody can take away from you. You will always have it within you. In every situation, it's actually going to make your life better, because it's going to help you see when somebody is in your life and they want to treat you like absolute trash shit. You're going to be like, hey, whoa, no, I fucking love myself. I'm not going to settle for what weight of trash you're handing me right now, because those are rotten, moldy scraps. And you think that's what I'm worth? You think I'm worth rotten, moldy scraps? Guess what? My self-love says no. I have self-love. So now I can say, this is what I'm worth. This is what I desire. These are my values. These are my morals. And I'm not settling for anything less. So if you can't show up in a level that matches my self-love, then we have no business being together. We're not aligned. So self-love is such a huge upgrade. And this might happen for you early on in life, midlife. You could be like 70 and there's no time span for when these things actually occur. It just happens when you're ready to have it happen. So when this actually does happen for you, it can show up in varying ways. What I have discovered, though, most people figure this out either from a negative situation with a family member or like a romantic relationship where someone's treating them poorly. And it can happen really quickly, or it can take a period of time. Whenever it happens for you is when it's supposed to happen. So that was your divine timing. But you're mainly going to learn how someone's going to treat you in the very beginning of a relationship. So scenario wise, let's say that you just got into a new relationship, everything seems fine, but then there are a couple things that start to like slide in and you start questioning like, what's going on with this? Because this doesn't feel aligned with myself. And if you have that self-love, it's going to be a huge red flag. And from the start, you're going to lay down that boundary and say, hey, I saw that you did this. I'm not okay with it. This is not aligned with my values. This cannot happen again. And it's, on that person, how they're going to show up for you. If they're going to do it again, your self-love is going to say, okay, we're out, and the relationship will end because it doesn't align with you. It's not, it doesn't agree with how you view yourself. And we're not supposed to lower ourselves in order for somebody else to like us. Like, no. And so let's say this person, they do something and your self-love, if you have that, will go off. You'll put a boundary. If they cross that boundary again, you're out of the relationship. But if you don't have that self-love, you will notice that something feels weird inside of you. Something feels a little off, and your system's like, hey, we're letting you know this doesn't work, but it doesn't register as it would for somebody who has self-love. You'll start to like question, and you might start to internalize, be like, oh, well, kind of like, what did I do? And let's just say you stick around to try to make it work, right? And something else occurs. This could be a pivotal moment. Your brain clicks, and that can happen in a flash, just a really super quick moment where all the patterns start to align to where you're seeing all the times you have put yourself in these situations. They have been brought to you. You've called them in. I know it sounds crappy, and I'm sorry to say it, but it is true, because these situations happen. We do call them in so that way we can learn how to love ourselves and have that love be completely unwavering. I had something happen in my life, and I started counting back, like, how many people have actually cheated on me. I got to 5 back to back. And I went, oh, that's a red flag for me. That's my red flag. That red flag showed me I wasn't having self-love during that time. I was not respecting myself. I was not valuing myself. I was allowing these people to do things that a person who has that tremendous amount of self-love and they're in touch with it and they value themselves, somebody like that would never tolerate. They would have left at like the very first sign, but it took me a while to figure this out. And once I realized what was occurring and what I needed to do for myself to fix it, I had that transformational moment where everything aligned. It made sense. I saw all the patterns. I saw where I was going wrong. And I was like, I gotta love myself. I've been looking for this in all of these other sources, all of these other people. You know, like once I learned it, I was like, no more, no more. I'm tired of being in these situations. I'm tired of people who don't love themselves telling me what I'm fucking worth. Like, how do you even get off telling me what I'm worth when you yourself don't even love yourself? And I can tell that you don't love yourself just from the way that you treat others and the way you treat yourself. I lost that information for a while until about 2 years ago. And throughout that time, I thought I was falling apart. And I technically was, but it was like there's an egg and then and that shell starts to like crack and crumble and fall apart. It's because it's allowing you to become something new, like beautiful phoenix, to rise from the ashes, to then gain your self-love and break the pattern of continuously looking for external love. And now you've transformed into something that knows it is love. You now have the greatest power in the world, and that is you loving you, showing up for you, and you can go back and start to heal your inner child, that pain residing there, show up for your children, you can show up for your family, you can forgive people, and that's all because you've gained your own inner love. When it does occur for you, there's no going back. You have downloaded that information like Neo plugging in, you know, like it's there. And now all of your relationships from here on out with yourself, others, are going to change. Some are going to fall away, some are going to get better, some people are going to rise themselves up and go, hey, I like what you're doing there. I'd like to have a piece of that self-love. Can you teach me how to do that self-love? And you can help them do it. They'll see you and then start to do it for themselves. And then their lives are going to change and get better as well. But once you have been awakened to this truth, you're no longer going to feel like you're unworthy of love. You are going to know that you are enough. So anybody who comes in and goes, you're not enough, you're like, yeah, actually I am, brother. And that's going to keep good relationships in your life and allow the ones that are not aligned with you to just fade off in the distance. The universe is going to take care of it. Do not worry about it. Your self-love is enough to keep you out of situations that are not aligned with you. And it's going to break you free from your old pattern. And who doesn't want to be free? I know you want to be free. So just say it with me. Just say, I want to be free. I want to be free. We're going to do it together. You're going to be free. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any spiritual insights. Feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know how things are working out for you. Until next time, shine bright and illuminate your life.